when you've seen people like me who transitioned from being salaried to, a salaried working professional to an entrepreneur. And
Yes.
we've had our challenges along the way. We've had our advantages along the way as well.
Yes.
Now, when people are looking at losing their job, they're staring at a possible job loss, and there aren't too many jobs available in the market also for the skill sets they already have. What would you advise someone out there? I mean, it's a lot of uncertainty. And from a salaried mindset to moving on and becoming an entrepreneur is not something somebody would do on a normal day, right? And in these uncertain times, it's all the more difficult. But if you push to it, if this is what it is, then what are the options that are available? What could people do? How can they embrace this with a lot more positivity? And what is it that they should do?
So look, some of the best businesses in the world have been started because people had no choice. They were laid off and then said, okay, I need to go and solve a problem that I'm passionate about. I know I have a skill set to solve, and let me go and try and find a solution for that. And, if you look at it, companies like Amazon, PayPal, Pixar, Apple, have all thrived, during these recessions. So, one thing I want people to become really aware of is there's going to be a rise of the gig economy. And the gig economy basically says that people are going to be available on demand. I don't need to give you a job. And, right now, a lot of offices are becoming very clear that we don't actually need the office space.
Yeah.
Why are we having these huge overheads, having these big offices? Maybe we need 20% of the office space, and maybe we, having shared cubicles or shared offices, certain people coming on Mondays, certain not coming on Tuesdays, it might be in that particular way. And, people are able to then cost cut and, people work from home. Only certain times they come in, to work, so you're going to have those particular things. But the gig economy, if you think about it, the Uber driver, it's the gig economy. It's like on demand. This is where digital disruption has happened. There've been apps created, there've been marketplaces created. So what happens is that you are, if you have a particular skill set, okay, someone will require that skill set. And, take, for example, in Uber, the problem that they solved was, there were a whole bunch of people that wanted to get from, location A to location B, but they didn't know how to get the taxi. And there were all these other taxi drivers waiting for customers who were in that vicinity who didn't know who the customer was, and, Uber just said that, look, we will find you that driver, and driver, we will find you that customer, and we will take a fee. And that's how that thing was born. So what I would say to people is that, look, you already have skills that people need. It's just you don't know where those people that need the skills are. And you can begin to use platforms such as guru.com, clarity.fm, elancer, that will help you get those things, okay? Another thing that I will suggest to you is that, you take a test that has been created by Roger Hamilton, which is called the Wealth Dynamics Profile. And it's literally, it will give you your entrepreneur DNA. So, before you decide to go into business and become an entrepreneur, you've got to identify what type of entrepreneur are you. So take, for example, I made my money by creating systems. Systems come naturally to me. So I'm someone who can create systems, manage I'm very good with numbers, things like that. So, if I have dashboards and things like that, and I can create cash flow. I know how to manage cash flow. And, since you manage my finances, I'm very particular about cash flow.
Absolutely.
So, so I'm always looking at, what are opportunities to create cash flow. So, I'm someone who can manage that and create systems that will generate cash flows for me,
Okay.
and monetize them. But not everyone is like that. So some people may be good at people leading teams. Some people may be good at creating products. Other people may be deal makers and connectors. So what you want to do is you want to find out what is your primary DNA, because wealth is going to be created when you are in flow. Okay. And this will identify what your flow zone is. Okay. And when you've done the wealth dynamics profile, and I think it costs, I don't know, something like $97 or something like that. You can then, you get access to all these micro degrees. And what Roger Hamilton is doing is he's created an entire curriculum for entrepreneurship, which is where it doesn't matter whether you are a freelancer, whether you are a startup, or whether you're an enterprise level company. They have the know-how, and they've been building this over the last, since 2008.
No.
So it's not something that they've just put together. They've been working on this for all this time. And, they will give you the pathways. Like literally, there's a free course that's available on his platform, geniusu.com. And I'm even a mentor on there, and it's called the Millionaire Master Plan. And you will be able to get a pathway, and depending on whether you're a freelancer or startup or an enterprise, each one will have a different plan. And you'll be able to kind of develop your own custom plan together with the curriculum, because you're going to have to learn new things. And why not learn from people who are actually practitioners and implementers, not someone who's going to talk about it in theory. So, they have multiple companies, so they're working at the enterprise level, but, they have customers that are freelancers and startups. And one of the key things that you're going to have to learn if you decide to go down this is, digital skills. You're going to have to develop a digital product. You're going to have to understand how to market it digitally, and you're going to have to be able to sell it digitally. So, those are three key skills that you're going to have to really get good at. And, I spend most of my time right now supporting entrepreneurs globally learn this new skill, because majority of people will have been getting their business either through word of mouth, referrals, networking groups, referral groups, exhibitions, events, things like that. And they've not had to have a digital pathway. And what COVID has really taught us, what lockdown has taught us, is that, hey, if we don't have a digital product, a digital marketing pathway, a digital selling pathway, then we're going to be stuck. We're not going to have any cash flow. Whereas for the people who have either already had that, or they've been full steam ahead, or who digitally pivoted quickly, that's where the reinvention has happened. And I'll just give my own example. I've gone from being a local Mumbai-based company to being a global company.
Yeah. So thanks to what you're saying is so true. During the lockdown, we've signed on clients thanks to all the digital, opening up we did under your guidance, to sign on clients from Australia, sign on clients from the US. So we were able to open accounts online and do their financial plan and get their investments in, and all of this during the lockdown. So and I think it's passe now. No more going out and meeting clients in person. The whole world is our marketplace, right? So you can just get clients from everywhere. So I mean, it's amazing what you're saying is no. I mean, I remember something that you said in one of the sessions saying you can do anything, but you can't do everything. Right?
Yes.
So, right. So, but then you got to do what comes to you naturally, and the wealth dynamics test is a real, it's mind blowing. So it just gives you exactly what if you spend your time on, can you get the most results, and that probably be the first step for somebody who's looking at transitioning into entrepreneurship and trying to build something on their own. And digital skills, of course, Neeraj is the master of digital skill. So he's the one, if you're ever looking at getting onto entrepreneurship, or if you're an entrepreneur who's looking at putting your products out digitally, I don't think there's anyone else in the country who knows this business as well as Neeraj does. He's shown it, he's demonstrated it, he's helped people like us get digital. So he is the person, and that's where you should go.